but by small daily habits that gradually affect our bodies over time. You see, one of the biggest secrets to healthy aging isn't found in an expensive supplement, a complicated exercise program, or some miracle treatment advertised on television. Sometimes the most powerful health improvements come from the simplest habits, and today's topic is proof of that. We're talking about a tiny daily habit that can help keep your arteries flexible after 60. Now, before you think this doesn't apply to me, let me tell you a short story. Several years ago, a 74-year-old woman named Helen visited her doctor for a routine checkup. She wasn't seriously sick. She wasn't in the hospital. She wasn't facing any major health crisis. But she noticed something was changing. She felt tired more often. Walking upstairs seemed harder. Her feet felt colder. She lacked the energy she once had. When her doctor reviewed her health, he explained something surprising. The problem wasn't only her age. The problem was that she had slowly become less active over the years. Without realizing it, she had spent more and more time sitting, watching television, reading, using her phone, relaxing in her favorite chair. Nothing seemed wrong at the time, but month after month, year after year, her body was paying the price. Her circulation wasn't as strong as it once was. Her arteries weren't getting the support they needed. The doctor didn't prescribe an expensive solution. He didn't recommend a complicated workout. Instead, he suggested one simple daily habit, a habit so small that Helen almost laughed when she heard it. Yet 6 months later, she felt stronger, more energetic, and more confident than she had in years. Today, I'm going to share that same habit with you. But more importantly, I'm going to explain why it works. Because understanding the why can change everything. My goal is not to scare you. My goal is to educate you, to encourage you, and to remind you that no matter whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, your body still responds to positive choices. Your body still wants to heal. Your body still wants to stay active. Your body still wants to serve you well. The wonderful thing about healthy aging is that it doesn't require perfection. It requires consistency, small actions, repeated day after day, month after month, year after year. And sometimes one tiny habit can create a ripple effect that improves your energy, your circulation, your heart health, your mood, and your overall quality of life. So stay with me until the end of this video, because what we're about to discuss could be one of the simplest and most valuable habits you adopt this year. Let's begin. Part 1, the hidden danger of stiff arteries after 60. My dear friends, before we talk about the tiny daily habit that can help keep your arteries flexible, we first need to understand why artery health matters so much after the age of 60. The truth is, many people spend decades worrying about the wrong things. They focus on wrinkles. They focus on gray hair. They focus on slowing down physically. Yet one of the most important changes happening inside the body is completely invisible. It happens quietly. It happens gradually. And often it happens without any warning signs at all. I'm talking about the gradual stiffening of the arteries. When we are young, our arteries are remarkably flexible. Every time the heart beats, these blood vessels gently expand and contract. They are like strong elastic tubes that help move blood efficiently throughout the body. This flexibility is important because blood carries oxygen and nutrients to every organ, every muscle, and every cell. Your brain depends on healthy blood flow. Your heart depends on healthy blood flow. Your kidneys depend on healthy blood flow. Even your ability to walk, think clearly, remember names, and maintain energy depends heavily on healthy circulation. But as we grow older, many arteries gradually lose some of their natural elasticity. Think about a brand new rubber band. When it's new, it stretches easily. Now imagine that same rubber band sitting in a drawer for 20 years. It becomes stiff, less flexible, more fragile. In many ways, arteries can experience a similar process over time. This doesn't happen overnight. It develops slowly through years of aging, inactivity, stress, poor sleep, unhealthy eating habits, and long periods of sitting. The dangerous part is that most people don't feel their arteries becoming stiff. There is no alarm bell, no flashing warning light, no dramatic symptom. Often the first signs are subtle. You may notice you're getting tired more easily. You may feel out of breath sooner than before. You may struggle with low energy during the day. You may find your blood pressure gradually increasing. Many people simply assume these changes are normal parts of aging. But sometimes they are signs that the body's circulation system isn't functioning as efficiently as it once did. I remember hearing about a man named George who retired at age 68. George had worked hard his entire life. For more than 40 years, He woke up early every morning, drove to work, stayed active throughout the day, and constantly moved from place to place. Then retirement arrived. At first, it felt wonderful. He finally had time to relax. He spent long mornings drinking coffee, long afternoons watching television, long evenings sitting comfortably in his favorite chair. He enjoyed the slower pace, but after several years, something changed. His energy dropped. His stamina disappeared. Simple tasks felt more difficult. One day, while walking through a shopping center with his wife, he suddenly realized he was stopping frequently to catch his breath. He wasn't seriously ill, but his body had become far less active than it had been for decades. His doctor later explained that inactivity had contributed to a decline in his overall cardiovascular fitness. That conversation became a turning point in George's life. You see, many people believe aging itself is the problem, but often, the real problem is what happens when movement disappears from our daily lives. The human body was designed to move. It was never designed to sit for 10 or 12 hours every day, yet that is exactly what many older adults do. The average person may spend hours sitting during breakfast, then more hours watching television, more hours reading, more hours using a computer or phone. Before they realize it, an entire day has passed with very little physical activity. The body notices. The heart notices. The arteries notice. And over time, circulation can become less efficient. The encouraging news is that our bodies are incredibly adaptable. Even after 60, even after 70, even after 80, the body continues responding to healthy habits. It continues responding to movement. It continues responding to care. That is why today's topic is so important. Because the tiny habit we're discussing isn't about becoming an athlete. It isn't about running marathons. It isn't about spending hours in a gym. It's about giving your arteries what they desperately need: regular movement. In the next section, we're going to reveal the simple daily habit that experts consistently recommend and explain why something so small can have such a powerful impact on your circulation, energy levels, and overall health after 60. And I think you'll be surprised by how simple it really is. Part 2. The tiny daily habit that changes everything. Now that we understand why artery flexibility matters so much after 60, let's finally talk about the tiny daily habit that can make a meaningful difference. Are you ready? It's walking. Yes, that's it. Not a complicated exercise routine, not expensive equipment, not a gym membership, not some miracle pill advertised late at night on television. Simply walking. Many people hear that answer and immediately feel disappointed. They think that can't be it. They expect a secret, a shortcut, a revolutionary discovery. But some of the most powerful health habits are also the simplest. Walking is one of them. The beauty of walking is that almost everyone can do some version of it. You don't have to be fast. You don't have to be athletic. You don't have to walk miles every day. What matters most is consistency. Every step sends blood flowing through your body. Every step encourages circulation. Every step gently reminds your arteries to stay active and responsive. Think about a stream of water flowing through a river. When water keeps moving, the river stays healthy. But when water becomes stagnant, problems begin to develop. The same principle applies to circulation. Movement keeps things flowing, and your body thrives when blood flows efficiently. I once heard about a woman named Patricia who was 76 years old. She lived alone after losing her husband. Like many older adults, she spent most of her day indoors. She wasn't unhappy. She simply didn't realize how little she was moving. One afternoon, her granddaughter visited and noticed something. Patricia became winded just walking from the kitchen to the living room. That worried her granddaughter. Together, they decided to start a simple challenge. Every morning after breakfast, Patricia would walk to the end of her street and back. That's all. No pressure. No stopwatch. No fitness goals. Just a gentle daily walk. The first week felt difficult. The second week felt slightly easier. By the end of the first month, she noticed something remarkable. She had more energy. Her legs felt stronger. She slept better. Her mood improved. Most surprisingly, she began looking forward to her daily walk. It became her special time. A time to think. A time to pray. A time to appreciate the world around her. And that's something many people overlook. Walking doesn't only help the body. It helps the mind. As we age, emotional health becomes just as important as physical health. Many seniors struggle with loneliness. Some struggle with anxiety. Others feel disconnected from the world around them. A daily walk provides a simple opportunity to reconnect. You notice the changing seasons. You hear birds singing. You see neighbors. You watch children playing. You feel sunlight on your face. These small experiences nourish the soul in ways we often underestimate. Now let's talk about something else. Many people believe they need to walk for an hour every day to benefit. That's simply not true. If you can walk for 10 minutes, that's a wonderful beginning. If you can walk for 15 minutes, even better. If you can walk for 20 or 30 minutes, fantastic. The goal is not perfection. The goal is creating a habit that becomes part of your daily life. One reason walking is so effective is because it gently challenges the cardiovascular system. Your heart begins pumping a little faster. Your blood vessels respond. Circulation improves. Oxygen reaches tissues more efficiently. The body receives a message that it still needs to stay strong and adaptable. And unlike many forms of exercise, walking places relatively little stress on the joints. That's especially important for older adults dealing with arthritis, stiffness, or mobility concerns. You don't have to push yourself to exhaustion. You don't need to feel pain. In fact, one of the greatest mistakes seniors make is believing that exercise must be difficult to be effective. The truth is often the opposite. Consistency beats intensity. A 20-minute walk every day is often far more beneficial than an intense workout performed once a month. Healthy aging is rarely about dramatic actions. It's about small actions repeated consistently. I want you to imagine something. Imagine two people who are both 70 years old. The first person spends most days sitting, hours in front of the television, hours in a chair, very little movement. The second person chooses to walk for 20 minutes every day. Nothing extreme, just 20 minutes. Now imagine both people continuing these habits for 5 years. Do you think there might be a difference? Of course there would. The small daily choices eventually create a large gap. That's how aging works. It's rarely one big decision. It's thousands of tiny decisions made over time. And walking may be one of the most powerful tiny decisions you can make. Another wonderful thing about walking is that it builds confidence. Many seniors become fearful of movement. They worry about falling. They worry about injury. They worry about getting tired. As a result, they move less. Unfortunately, moving less often causes the very weakness they're trying to avoid. Walking helps break that cycle. The more you walk, the more capable you feel. The more capable you feel, the more active you become. The more active you become, the stronger your body remains. It's a beautiful cycle, a positive cycle, one that can continue well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Perhaps the greatest lesson here is this. Your future health is not determined solely by your age. It is influenced by what you choose to do today. Every walk matters. Every step matters. Every day you choose movement over inactivity. You're making an investment in your future self. And the wonderful thing is that it's never too late to begin. Whether you're 62, 72, 82, or even 92, your body can still benefit from moving more than you did yesterday. That's the incredible gift of the human body. It keeps responding. It keeps adapting. It keeps rewarding healthy choices. And sometimes, those healthy choices start with something as simple as putting on your shoes, opening the front door and taking a walk. Part 3, Why Most Seniors Stop Moving and How to Overcome It. My dear friends, now that we understand the incredible benefits of a simple daily walk, we need to talk about something that prevents many older adults from enjoying those benefits. The problem is not lack of knowledge. Most people already know that movement is good for them. The real problem is that life slowly teaches us to stop moving. It happens so gradually that many people never notice it. At age 30, you're constantly moving because of work, family responsibilities, and daily obligations. At age 40, you're still busy. At age 50, you're juggling responsibilities and staying active without even thinking about it. But after retirement, something changes. The schedule becomes quieter. The urgency disappears. The daily routine slows down. At first, that sounds wonderful. And honestly, after decades of hard work, everyone deserves some rest. But too much rest can become a hidden enemy. A body that rests all day begins to weaken. Muscles become less active. Balance starts to decline. Stamina slowly fades. The heart and circulation system receive fewer challenges. And over time, the body adapts to inactivity. I remember hearing about a gentleman named Thomas. Thomas was 79 years old and had spent his entire career working as a mechanic. For decades, he moved constantly. He walked around workshops, lifted tools, climbed stairs, worked with his hands. Then retirement arrived. For the first year, he loved it. He slept late, watched television, spent hours sitting comfortably. But after several years, he noticed something surprising. He felt older than his age, not because he was sick, but because he had stopped using his body. One morning, while trying to carry groceries from his car, he became exhausted. That frightened him. He realized he was losing abilities he once took for granted. The following week, he made a simple decision. He would walk every day, not because he enjoyed exercise, not because he wanted to become fit, but because he wanted to remain independent. That decision changed everything, and that's an important word for all of us: independence. Most seniors do not dream of running marathons. Most seniors do not dream of becoming athletes. What they want is much simpler. They want to remain independent. They want to drive their own car. They want to shop for groceries. They want to visit family. They want to enjoy vacations. They want to continue living life on their own terms. Movement helps make those goals possible. Unfortunately, many people wait until they experience a health problem before they start moving again. They wait for high blood pressure. They wait for weakness. They wait for poor balance. They wait for fatigue. But prevention is always easier than recovery. That's why the tiny daily habit we are discussing is so valuable. It helps protect what you already have. Now let's address some common excuses. Perhaps you've said one of these yourself. I'm too old. My knees hurt. I'm too tired. The weather isn't good. I'll start next week. I'll start when I feel better. These thoughts are completely understandable, but they can become traps. Because the perfect day rarely arrives, there will always be a reason to postpone. Always. The secret is to start where you are. If your knees hurt, walk slowly. If your energy is low, walk for 5 minutes. If the weather is bad, walk indoors. If you're afraid of falling, walk with a friend or family member. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to keep moving. One small step is always better than no step at all. Another obstacle many seniors face is fear. Fear is powerful. Some people fear falling. Others fear experiencing shortness of breath. Others fear looking foolish. But fear often shrinks when action begins. The first walk is usually the hardest. The second becomes easier. The third feels more natural. Eventually, what once felt difficult becomes part of your routine, and something wonderful begins to happen. You stop focusing on what you've lost. You start focusing on what you can still do. That shift in thinking is incredibly important. Healthy aging isn't about mourning every change. It's about appreciating every ability that remains. Can you still walk? That's a gift. Can you still enjoy a beautiful morning? That's a gift. Can you still strengthen your body through movement? That's a gift. Too often, we focus on limitations and forget our opportunities. Walking reminds us that opportunities still exist. Every step becomes proof that life continues. Every step becomes proof that growth is still possible. Every step becomes proof that aging does not mean giving up. One of my favorite stories involves a woman named Eleanor. At age 81, she decided to begin walking after years of inactivity. Her family thought she wouldn't continue. They assumed she would quit after a few days. But she surprised everyone. Day after day she walked. Rain or shine. Good mood or bad mood. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. 15 minutes. Whatever she could manage. 1 year later, her granddaughter asked her a simple question. "Grandma, what's the biggest change you've noticed?" Eleanor smiled and said something beautiful. She replied, "I don't feel younger. I feel stronger." That's an important distinction. The goal is not to become young again. The goal is to become the strongest version of yourself at your current age. Strength has no age limit. Determination has no age limit. Healthy habits have no age limit. And the wonderful thing about walking is that every single person can start at their own level. Your journey doesn't need to look like anyone else's. You don't need to compete. You don't need to compare. You simply need to begin. Because every day you choose movement, you're telling your body something powerful. You're telling your heart to keep working. You're telling your muscles to stay active. You're telling your arteries to remain flexible. And most importantly, you're telling yourself that your health is still worth fighting for. That message alone can transform the way you age. Part 4, the extraordinary changes that happen when you walk every day. My dear friends, one of the most beautiful things about a daily walking habit is that the rewards often appear in places you never expected. Most people start walking because they want better circulation. Some hope to support their heart health. Others want to maintain their independence. But after a few weeks or months, many discover benefits far beyond what they imagined. It's almost as if the body begins thanking them for every step they take. Let me tell you about a woman named Linda. Linda was 73 years old and often described herself as always tired. She slept enough hours. She ate reasonably well, yet she woke up feeling exhausted. Every afternoon she needed a nap. Every evening she felt drained. She assumed it was simply because she was getting older. Then her daughter encouraged her to begin a daily walking routine. Nothing difficult, just 15 minutes each morning. Linda agreed, although she doubted it would make much difference. The first week felt ordinary. The second week felt slightly easier. By the end of the second month, she noticed something remarkable. She had more energy than before, not because she was resting more, but because her body was functioning more efficiently. That's something many seniors don't realize. Movement creates energy. Inactivity often drains it. The body's designed to move. When we move, circulation improves. Oxygen travels more effectively throughout the body. Muscles receive the nutrients they need. The brain receives more blood flow. The heart becomes more efficient. Everything begins working together. Think about an old clock. If it sits untouched for years, it often stops functioning properly. But when its mechanisms begin moving again, it comes back to life. The human body is similar. Movement wakes up systems that have become sluggish. Many seniors also notice improvements in their mood. And honestly, this may be one of the most important benefits of all. Growing older can sometimes feel lonely. Children move away. Friends pass on. Retirement changes daily routines. The world becomes quieter. Many people carry emotional burdens they rarely talk about. Walking offers a powerful form of emotional medicine, not because it solves every problem, but because it helps create space. Space to think, space to reflect, space to breathe, space to appreciate life. A morning walk can become a daily conversation with yourself, a time to organize your thoughts, a time to pray, a time to express gratitude, a time to notice beauty that often goes unnoticed. The sunlight shining through trees, the sound of birds singing, the smile of a neighbor, the simple joy of being alive. These moments matter more than many people realize. Research has consistently shown that physical activity supports emotional well-being. But you don't need a scientific study to understand that. Many people feel it for themselves. They feel lighter, calmer, more hopeful, more connected to life. And then there is sleep. Oh, my friends, sleep becomes increasingly valuable as we age. Many older adults struggle with restless nights. They wake up frequently. They have difficulty falling asleep. They spend hours staring at the ceiling. Yet many people discover that regular daily movement helps improve sleep quality. When the body moves during the day, it often rests more comfortably at night. A good walk can help create a natural rhythm. The body feels productive during the day and prepared for rest at night. I remember a gentleman named Harold who was 80 years old. For years, he struggled with poor sleep. He tried different pillows, different mattresses, different bedtime routines. Nothing seemed to work. Then his doctor encouraged him to begin walking every morning. Within a few months, Harold noticed that his sleep gradually improved. Not overnight, not dramatically, but steadily. And sometimes steady improvement is the most valuable kind, because it lasts. Another benefit many seniors notice is improved confidence. This one surprises people. At first glance, walking seems like a physical activity, but it affects the mind as well. Every day you complete your walk, you prove something to yourself. You prove that you can keep promises to yourself. You prove that you're capable. You prove that you're taking control of your health. These small victories accumulate, and eventually they change the way you see yourself. Instead of thinking, I'm getting weaker every year, you begin thinking, I'm becoming stronger than I was last month. That's a powerful transformation. Perhaps the greatest gift of all is independence. Most older adults share one common wish. They want to remain independent for as long as possible. They want to continue making their own decisions, living in their own homes, managing their own lives, enjoying their freedom. Walking helps support that goal. Every step strengthens muscles. Every step supports balance. Every step helps maintain mobility. Every step contributes to a future where you can continue doing the things you love. Will walking solve every health problem? Of course not. No single habit can do that. But walking is one of those rare habits that benefits nearly every part of the body. The heart benefits. The arteries benefit. The muscles benefit. The brain benefits. The mood benefits. The sleep benefits. And perhaps most importantly, your quality of life benefits. That's why this tiny daily habit is so powerful. Not because it creates dramatic results overnight, but because it quietly improves dozens of areas of life over time. Day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year. And when you look back, you'll often realize that one simple habit created a chain reaction of positive changes. The kind of changes that make aging not just longer, but better. And in the next section, we're going to discuss exactly how to build this habit successfully. Even if you've been inactive for years, and how to make sure it becomes a lasting part of your life after 60. Part 5. How to make this tiny habit last for the rest of your life. My dear friends, by now you understand something very important. The secret is not knowing that walking is good for you. Most people already know that. The real secret is making walking a permanent part of your life. Because information alone does not change lives. Action changes lives, and consistent action creates lasting results. I have met many seniors who started a walking routine with enthusiasm. For a week, they walked every day. For 2 weeks, they stayed motivated. Then life happened. The weather changed. A family visit interrupted their routine. They missed a few days, and before they knew it, the habit disappeared. The problem was not that they failed. The problem was that they expected perfection. My friends, healthy aging is not about perfection. It is about persistence. The healthiest seniors are not necessarily the most disciplined. They are simply the ones who keep coming back to healthy habits, even after interruptions. Let me tell you about a man named Richard. Richard was 77 years old when his doctor encouraged him to become more active. At first, Richard was highly motivated. He bought new walking shoes. He created a schedule. He promised himself he would walk every day. For 3 weeks, everything went well. Then it rained for several days. He stopped walking. A week later, he realized he had completely abandoned the habit. Most people would have felt discouraged. Many would have quit altogether. But Richard did something different. He simply started again. No guilt, no self-criticism, no frustration. He just put on his shoes and went for another walk. That simple decision became one of the most important lessons of his life. Success does not belong to people who never stop. Success belongs to people who restart. That lesson applies not only to walking, but to every healthy habit. Some days will be easier than others. Some days you'll feel energetic. Other days you'll feel tired. Some mornings you'll be excited. Other mornings you'll want to stay in bed. That is normal. The goal is not to feel motivated every day. The goal is to act even when motivation is missing. One of the easiest ways to build a lasting walking habit is to connect it to something you already do. For example, walk after breakfast, or after lunch, or after dinner. When a new habit is attached to an existing routine, it becomes easier to remember. Your brain begins associating the two activities together, breakfast and then walking, dinner and then walking. Eventually, the habit feels natural, almost automatic. Another powerful strategy is to stop focusing on distance. Many seniors become discouraged because they compare themselves to younger people. They think they should walk farther, walk faster, walk longer. But comparison steals joy. Your walk belongs to you, not to anyone else. A 5-minute walk today may be exactly what your body needs. 10 minutes next week may be progress. 15 minutes next month may feel wonderful. The important thing is movement, not competition. I often think about a woman named Grace who began walking at age 82. When she started, she could barely walk to the corner of her street without resting. She moved slowly, very slowly. Some people might have looked at her and thought she wasn't accomplishing much, but they would have been wrong. Because every day she was improving. Every day she was strengthening her body. Every day she was proving that age does not eliminate the ability to grow. 1 year later, Grace was walking farther than she ever imagined possible. Not because she pushed herself aggressively, but because she remained consistent. Consistency is far more powerful than intensity, and that lesson becomes increasingly valuable after 60. Another way to make walking enjoyable is to give it meaning. Don't think of it as exercise. Think of it as an investment in your future health, an investment in your independence, an investment in your ability to enjoy life. Every walk becomes a deposit into your future. You may not notice dramatic changes tomorrow. You may not notice dramatic changes next week, but months from now, those deposits begin adding up. The rewards become visible. More strength, more energy, better balance, improved confidence, greater freedom, and perhaps most importantly, a greater sense of control over your aging journey. I also encourage you to celebrate small victories. Many people only celebrate major achievements, but healthy aging is built on small victories. Celebrate completing your first week. Celebrate walking an extra 5 minutes. Celebrate choosing movement instead of sitting. Celebrate every step forward, because every step forward matters. One of the greatest misunderstandings about aging is the belief that growth stops after a certain age. That simply isn't true. People continue growing emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. The body may change, the pace may change, but progress remains possible. Every time you choose to walk, you're sending a message to yourself. A powerful message. You're saying, I still care about my health. I still value my future. I still believe tomorrow can be better than today. That mindset alone can transform the aging experience. Because aging well is not about avoiding every challenge. It's about responding wisely to those challenges. It's about making choices that support the life you want. And sometimes those choices are surprisingly simple. A pair of comfortable shoes, a few minutes of movement, a commitment to keep going, day after day, year after year. The tiny habit itself may seem small, but its impact can be enormous. Because small habits repeated consistently often create the biggest transformations of all. And in our final section, I want to share the deeper lesson behind this tiny, daily habit, a lesson that goes far beyond arteries, circulation, or even physical health. It's a lesson about how to approach aging itself. Part 6. The deeper lesson. This tiny habit teaches about aging. My dear friends, as we come to the final part of today's journey together, I want to talk about something deeper than arteries, deeper than circulation, deeper than walking. I want to talk about the way we think about aging itself. Because after spending many years speaking with older adults, I've noticed something remarkable. The seniors who age most successfully are not always the healthiest. They are not always the wealthiest. They are not always the strongest. Instead, they tend to share one important quality. They never stop moving forward. Perhaps not physically every day, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. They continue growing. They continue learning. They continue finding reasons to get up each morning. And that, my friends, is what this tiny daily walking habit truly represents. It represents movement. Not just movement of the body, movement of the spirit, movement of hope, movement toward a better future. Many people reach their 60s, 70s, or 80s and quietly begin lowering their expectations for life. They stop making plans. They stop setting goals. They stop challenging themselves. They begin thinking that the most meaningful chapters of life are behind them. But that belief is one of the greatest mistakes a person can make. Because life does not end when you retire. Life does not end when your children grow up. Life does not end when your hair turns gray. Life continues as long as you continue participating in it. I once met a gentleman named Walter. Walter was 84 years old. His wife had passed away several years earlier. Many of his friends were gone. His children lived in different cities. By all appearances, he had every reason to withdraw from life. And for a while he did. He spent most of his days sitting alone, watching television, waiting for time to pass. One afternoon, his granddaughter came to visit. As they sat together, she asked him a simple question. "Grandpa, what are you looking forward to?" The question caught him by surprise. He couldn't answer. Not because he lacked intelligence, not because he lacked wisdom, but because he had stopped thinking about the future. That realization changed him. The next day, he began taking short walks, not because he wanted stronger legs, not because he wanted better circulation, but because he wanted a reason to leave the house, a reason to engage with life again. Weeks became months, months became years, and gradually something remarkable happened. Walter began living again. He joined a local group, made new friends, discovered new interests, and most importantly, he regained a sense of purpose. All because he took a simple step, literally, a step. That story reminds me of an important truth. The greatest danger of aging is not wrinkles. It's not gray hair. It's not even physical decline. The greatest danger is surrendering your curiosity, surrendering your purpose, surrendering your belief that tomorrow still matters. The tiny daily habit we've discussed today teaches exactly the opposite lesson. It teaches us that every day still matters. Every choice still matters. Every step still matters. You see, when you decide to take a walk each day, you're doing much more than exercising. You're practicing optimism. You're making a statement about your future. You're saying, I believe my health is worth protecting. I believe my life is worth improving. I believe I still have something to look forward to. Those beliefs are incredibly powerful, because the way we think often influences the way we live. A person who believes life is over tends to stop trying. A person who believes life still holds possibilities continues moving forward, and that difference becomes enormous over time. I often hear people say things like, I'm too old. It's too late. What's the point now? My friends, if you're listening to this today, the point is simple. You are still here. You still have today. You still have opportunities. You still have choices. You still have the ability to influence your future. No, none of us can control everything. We cannot stop time. We cannot guarantee perfect health. We cannot avoid every challenge. but we can control how we respond. We can choose habits that support our well-being. We can choose movement instead of inactivity, hope instead of resignation, action instead of surrender. And that's exactly what a daily walk represents. One small action, repeated consistently, a simple habit that reminds us we are still active participants in our own lives. Perhaps that's why so many older adults who walk regularly seem different, not just physically, but emotionally. They often carry themselves differently. They seem more confident, more optimistic, more engaged with the world. It's not because walking solved every problem. It's because walking reinforced a powerful belief. I am still moving forward. And maybe that's the greatest lesson of all. Aging well is not about staying young. It's about continuing to move forward with courage, gratitude, and purpose. It is about appreciating what remains instead of focusing only on what has changed. It is about understanding that every stage of life has value. Every stage of life has beauty. Every stage of life has opportunities, including this one. So if you remember only one thing from today's video, let it be this. Never underestimate the power of a small daily habit. A few minutes of walking may seem insignificant, but over weeks, months, and years, those small steps become a healthier body, a stronger heart, more flexible arteries, greater independence, better energy, and a richer, more fulfilling life. Because in the end, healthy aging is not built through giant leaps. It is built through small steps taken faithfully, one day at a time. And the wonderful thing is that your next step can begin today. As we come to the end of today's video, my dear friends, I want you to take a quiet moment and think about something. Think about how many miles you have already traveled in your life. Not just on roads, not just in cars, but through life itself. You have survived difficult seasons. You have overcome disappointments. You have faced losses that younger people could never fully understand. You have worked hard, raised families, made sacrifices, carried responsibilities, and somehow through all of it you kept going. That is something to be proud of. Sometimes society makes older adults feel invisible. It celebrates youth and often forgets the wisdom that comes with age. But here at Mr. Jam Advice, we know something different. We know that every wrinkle tells a story. Every gray hair represents experience. Every challenge you have survived is proof of your strength. And that is why today's message is so important. Because the tiny habit we discussed isn't really about walking. It's about believing that your life still matters. It's about believing that your health is worth protecting. It's about believing that your future is still worth investing in. So many people reach their later years and begin expecting less from life. Less joy, less energy, less purpose, less hope. But my friends, I want to encourage you never to make that mistake. As long as you wake up in the morning, there is still a reason to smile. There is still a reason to learn. There is still a reason to grow. There is still a reason to take one more step forward. You don't need to walk miles. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone else. All you need to do is keep moving forward at your own pace. One step, one day, one choice at a time. Because those small choices become your future. A short walk today may seem insignificant, but months from now it could mean more strength, more confidence, more independence, more precious moments with the people you love. And isn't that what we all want? More moments, more laughter, more conversations, more sunsets, more mornings to enjoy a cup of coffee, more opportunities to watch grandchildren grow, more chances to appreciate the simple beauty of life. My friends, growing older is not a punishment. It is a privilege denied to many. Every birthday is a gift. Every new day is a blessing. Every step you take is proof that your story is still being written. So please don't focus on what you've lost. Focus on what you still have. Focus on the strength that remains. Focus on the opportunities that remain. Focus on the life that remains. Because there is still so much worth living for. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, I hope you'll remember this conversation. I hope you'll put on your shoes. Open the door. Take a deep breath. And take that first step. Not because someone told you to. Not because you're trying to become younger. But because you love yourself. Enough to care for the body that has carried you through a lifetime. And that, my dear friends, is one of the greatest acts of wisdom there is.